Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Slapside, and I just really want to talk about the Call of Duty series, and I want to talk a little bit about how I got into Call of Duty. For me, to be honest, I started playing Call of Duty at Call of Duty 2, and that was a long time ago, man. I'm looking at the list right now. That was in 2005. So 2005, I was still, pretty much a youngin at that time, and I went to my cousin's house, and he was playing Call of Duty 2 on the PC. He had a Sony Vaio at that time. He had a cable internet, and at that time, if you had cable internet in 2005, it was considered like ahead of its game. Like it was really really fast. But that being said, I played with him, and we were playing campaign. I was like, wow, this is kind of fun, I started playing that for a bit, and then I took a little break from just gaming in general, and out of nowhere, I was like, wow, Call of Duty 4 came out 2007, and my cousin was like, "You need to get Unreal Tournament." And I played Unreal Tournament, and I know a lot of people like that. But for me, I don't like those kind of games. I like realism. I like realistic games. I'm just into military warfare because my dad was in the military and all that. So I was just really, just fond of the military warfare, just the weapons and just the way our military is ran and all that. But yeah, man, pretty much I started playing Call of Duty 4. I got my PS3 for Christmas, and I started playing on a 50-inch TV, 50-inch HD TV. At that time, it was only 720p, and yeah, I was playing on that, and that was rough because if you think about it, that was like why I was getting owned. I played it. And I was like, wow, this is really fun. I was getting owned. A lot of people were just corner camping and just pretty much beaming me. And whenever I played, I always rushed. I felt like I just had to be a rusher because that was just my gameplay. I'm just an aggressive player, and I like to rush. I'm not really a sniper or anything like that. And for me, as I got more into it, I realized you gotta camp for your streaks and all that, right? So I played Call of Duty 4 for a long time, met some great people, and it's crazy, man. You meet people and you start to get to know them and all that, and you don't know. Some of them were older, some were younger, and for me, it's just crazy because I was just playing that with my cousin, I was playing that with my boy, one of my best friends, and it was just so fun. Like I was just super addicted. I was playing TDM. I grinded, did all the 10 prestiges, and I was like, wow, this is fun. So I started playing a lot of TDM, and then in 2008, that's when World at War came out, and everything just changed for me. I mean, that's when I was like, yo, man, I'm really addicted to Call of Duty, man. I started playing Call of Duty too much. I was pretty much just always playing. I really can say I was, you know, it was just pretty much eat, sleep, and play COD. I was top 50 in the world, and I was playing against like all the great players at that time. If you knew like the top 50 players, like you just knew, bro, like they were super good. It's crazy, like a lot of people that I ran into, like back then I was pretty much playing against Cold Side Pillow. In those days, he was just a young kid, man, and he was this. We used to go to private matches, and like there, everyone was like, play against him if you're top 50. There's this guy named GT Killer. He was super good, and then you had Cold Side Pillow, and he was just super good for being a kid, and he was just like he would own you. You know what I mean? Like he was just super good. So that was an interesting time, and we played World at War like crazy. We played Domination. That's when I pretty much created Thor Clan with my boy. Thor Clan came into the mix, and that was just like a little friendship thing, with my boy. It was pretty much me and my friend. We used to always play together, and we would play Domination. We'd go up against a lot of like clans, and they're just like, dude, you gotta join my clan. They always wanted me to join their clan because they're just like, we need to pick up these guys. They're really good. So at that time, World at War was just like it was just a grind, like always playing every day, and then Modern Warfare 2 came out, right? So that was in 2009, and that was just it was so different, man. Like that's when I got into FPS Freaks. That's when the FPS Freaks came out. That's when the X11s came out. The headset at that time. Like that's when it all like started, and I got a little bit a better a monitor, not a monitor. I got a TV, a smaller TV, just HD TV, probably like a 30-inch. So I was playing on that, and I was like, yo, this is dope, And then I think at that time, I got new internet. That's when I got cable internet, and that's when the nuke was out, and that's when kill streaks were they were more customized. Like you were able to pick whatever streak you want. That's when the nuke came in. So Modern Warfare 2 was big. Like it was just crazy, man. Like it was such a good game, man. So I played a lot of that. That's when Ground War came into the mix too. So like playing that Ground War, just pub stomping, it was crazy. And at that time, obviously, if you guys don't know, that's when content creation became a thing. Like That's when the HDP VR came out, the Hapagi HDP VR. That's when people were actually like recording stuff and putting on their laptop. So if you were doing like recording back then, in those days, you were doing a great job. You were gonna be recognized for sure on YouTube. So they had Machinima and all that, and that's when people started doing commentaries, and that's kind of like what got me into it. My friend Rockin' Shop was doing it, and I was just like, man, dude, I gotta like give me a HDP VR, but I didn't have money at that time. I was still young, and then Black Ops came out, and that's when the theater came out. And I was like, yo, I gotta really get this HDP VR. So I got the HDP VR, but I never had a computer or laptop that was strong enough to operate the video. So it was really like corny, like I would do the commentary and all that, but I never watched the video as I was doing the commentary because my computer was so slow. So I'd do that, render out the video, and that's when I really started doing like YouTube stuff, Black Ops, and I got a little bit of a little boost on there. I started getting my name out there a lot. I was getting recognized by a lot of people. Yeah, there was a lot of like players out there, because Rockin' Shop was already big. He was kind of doing it, I was actually getting recognized by a few players. That's actually where a lot of people know me, like just throughout the community a little bit, because that's just how it was. But Modern Warfare 3 is where I feel like that was my prime. Modern Warfare 3 for sure. That's when like I could have like been bigger than what I am today. If I just was more professional and just understood that just being professional and just taking it serious. Back then I just wanted to be like the best like pub stomper or whatever, but back then I was just pub stomping pretty much, just doing a lot of assault kill streaks. I wasn't really a specialist player, getting Moabs with a specialist. I was always like with a 6-man or a full team and just pretty much spawn trapping, and that was cool, spawn trapping. It was fun, but as far as like YouTube goes, that wasn't really the way to go. You had to do like specialist bonus and just show everyone Moabs and all that. So I was getting a lot of Moabs, double Moabs and all that, and that's where I got my shout out, from like Marka J, and Green Goblin. Those two really helped me out on there, and I was featured on a couple channels that are big now, in those days. And then Black Ops 2 is that's when kind of like live streaming came into effect. Like people started live streaming more, and that's when people wanted to be like more like competitive, because rank play came out, league play, and in 2011 or 2012, Black Ops 2 it was crazy. It was really like a sweaty game. That's when people started getting good, because everyone was like, oh, I gotta be a league player, and I just feel like the competitive side of COD, that's when everyone just started getting good, because everyone had the information now to play better. They started following a lot more YouTubers and all that, and they would follow their favorite YouTuber, like how to like play the game better. And if you think about the older CODs, we didn't have that kind of content, like Modern Warfare, World at War. In those days, you had to figure out what was good through just knowing people and stuff like that, and just figure out what guns were good for you. So Black Ops 2 is what really sparked off a lot of that competitiveness. I mean, it was competitive, obviously, before that, but for me personally, that's when I started doing like, 8s, and I started getting into more of the competitive side of it, doing GB battles and all that. So I was doing it, Black Ops 2, and then Call of Duty Ghosts came out. Call of Duty Ghosts was it's an underrated COD, but I felt like the kill streaks were underwhelming. The Honey Badger was amazing though, man, and the Chem Strike was easy to get because of that Deadeye. There was that perk, the Deadeye, and it was good because you had specialist bonus, but it was okay COD. I felt like this is when COD started taking a little turn. It was like, oh no, this is kind of ass, like, so Ghost started kind of taking a little turn, because then Advanced Warfare came out, and that's when the skill-based matchmaking came into effect, and it was like at its prime. Like, it was so crazy. Not only that, the jump pack on that, it was like new because it was a jump pack, and I feel like it was too crazy, like the jump pack. I was like, what is this? This is not even COD no more, because we're used to the boots on the ground. So Advanced Warfare, that's kind of like something I played, but I was just like, I'm not really feeling this game, So I went to Destiny, started playing Destiny, grinding that, and Destiny was just its own game. That was an amazing time, Destiny, doing the raids and all that. So I started playing Destiny at that time, and then Black Ops 3 dropped, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty good. Black Ops 3 came, and my boy Rising, one of my clan members that I pretty much recruited back in Modern Warfare 3, he was like, hey, you gonna get it? And then that's when the PS4 came out, right? So I got my PS4 because of the Destiny. So I had the Destiny white PS4, and then Black Ops 3 came in. I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. So I got Black Ops 3, and it was cool because you could actually record your gameplay now on the PS4. Remember that with the tap to share? You could record the last 15 minutes of the gameplay. So I was doing that, and I was making content just doing that. And yeah, man, Infinite Warfare came out. That was a cool game. It was more of like a stream thing, and I don't know. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. I feel like it was a pretty unpopular game, but the mechanics was dope. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they had it right. The way they did things, like the fact that you could get multiple streaks in one life, and you could get multiple Moabs or multiple nukes in one life. That's dope, man. I mean, they should probably do something like that, but today, but they don't. And then World War II came out. World War II was cool, man. I mean, it was all right. You know, I was just, it was like a time for me to grind, and I played the shit out of it. I'm not gonna lie, it was cool with the headquarters and all that, but you know, I don't know, man. It was kind of like dull to me. I mean, it's different for everybody, but this is just my experience going through the titles of Call of Duty. And then after that, Black Ops 4 came out, and I kind of liked Black Ops 4 because when the beta came out, I was like, wow, this is kind of fun, you know? The time to kill was different from any COD. The time to kill was so, like, it was just so slow, the time to kill. So, like, it showed whoever was a better player at getting points. If you knew how to, like, rack up score and points and without dying, you just became, like, the winner in the game, you know, because you're going to get the crazy streaks like the Thresher and, you know, the good streaks that can take over the game. So Black Ops 4 was a cool game, man. I mean, real competitive. The time to kill showed who had more skill in a gunfight because you could maneuver the gunfight with, you know, all that time to kill. You know, that's what I like about that. The Modern Warfare, you know, man, that's when that's when stuff changed, man. I mean, obviously Modern Warfare, that's just when it came out. You know what I mean? Like the Battle Royale and all that. So Verdansk came out, and then it was 2019. We were heading into the pandemic, and then yeah, man, that's when it got like crazy. You know what I mean? The pandemic, and then Black Ops Cold War came out. It was a good game. I mean, it was just skill base was so thick on that, and I felt like it was like one of Treyarch's like. It was like Treyarch's. That was like my least favorite game for Treyarch. I mean, it was alright. You know what I mean? Like, it was nice, you know, but it just felt too cartoony for me. You know, like I'm more of like into the realistic stuff. So Vanguard came out. Vanguard was actually pretty dope, but horribly maintained. I feel like anytime you were with a party and you were looking for a match, it was so hard to find a match, and you had to restart the app and all that. So it was shitty. I mean, Vanguard was shitty, but the mechanics for being boots on the ground, it was probably one of the best mechanics ever created for boots on the ground. It was so fast, you know, the slide, slide to cancel, the bunny hop. It was really good, man. I mean, but I just couldn't play it too long because of that situation. But Modern Warfare 2 out now, very popular game. It has a lot of work. I feel like the problem with this COD is that they're catering too much to the weak players and too much to the campers. You know, they want to make sure they have a great experience, all of them. But I like the camo grind. It's really fun. Something that I'm actually gonna grind for. And I feel like the maps need a little bit more players in it. Vanguard was really good with that. They had Blitz and all that. And yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is something I'm still playing. I like it. I'm learning it. You know, I got a couple nukes on there, and hopefully they just maintain the game a little bit. And it seems like they are, you know. But let me know what your guys' experiences with COD, and what's your favorite COD. I mean, for me personally, if I could do my top 3, I would have to go. Let's see. I would just have to put Black Ops 2 at number 1. Then I had to give it to Modern Warfare 3. And then, sheesh. Then we could give it to Black Ops 3 because for a jetpack, that's my favorite jetpack, Black Ops 3. And then, I'm really a Treyarcher, you know what I mean? But like for Infinity Ward, so that's my Treyarch. For Treyarch, I gotta put in that order for top 3. It's just like it's gonna go Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, and then Black Ops 3, and then okay, let's go with with a COD for Infinity Ward. Oh well, that Ward was good too though, but it was just different though, you know. I'm gonna go with Modern Warfare 3 for sure. Then you can go Modern Warfare 2, then Modern Warfare COD 4. So yeah, that's my list right there. Those were goated, man. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.